Andrew McCart, iFLTV. Let me turn my light on, Ben. A little bit of unprofessionalism right in your face. There we go. Now I can see you. How are you, sir? I know you've done an interview with Joe yesterday, so I don't know what else to talk about, but there is a great card on Saturday night. Callum Simpson returns, Karen Dubois. You've got my two Scottish friends in Sam Hickey and my show. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, talk to me, man. What a card this is.
What's exciting about this card is when you look at Scott Forrest and Sam Hickey, two GB guys, two Scottish guys.
Smile on my face.
Two guys that have a lot to prove, and two guys that are taking tests. You know, Sam Hickey taking Lewis Howes in his second fight deserves a huge amount of credit. Lewis was there last time in Cardiff against Kieran Jones, and it was a really close fight, and he's coming to win. So to take someone like that in your second fight shows a lot. He sells out his allocation every time. There's going to be a lot of Scotsmen in on Saturday night. He's a great lad. He's a character. He's got everything. You can tell when you meet someone like him, you know he's going to relate to the people, and you know that he's going to be a fan favourite. And I can't wait for his personality to start coming through. And he's a phenomenal talent, and he's in the right hands with Ron McCracken, former gold medalist at the Commonwealth Games. He's got everything going for him. Changed the weight division for the Olympics, which meant that we were able to sneak in, get him under the radar. But he's a fantastic talent, and I can't wait to see him go through the ranks. And Scott Forrest, who struggled to get the opportunities. And he was willing to fight anyone, and Devon Miller that's just gonna. There's no way that goes the distance. They're gonna be looking to land on each other from round one, and I'm looking forward to it. Of course, Caroline Dubois back as world champion, ready to go, and you can see she's fiery. You can see she's ready to go. Look at, she knows what time it is. She knows who she is. She's 23 years old. She's been waiting to become world champion. She's now going to prove this year that she's the best lightweight in the world. She's going to go through every single one of them. But she's got a test on Saturday, and the skill, and that Jessica Camrose has upset the odds before, and the key for Caroline is to show she's not just world level, she's elite. She's elite, and a special night for her, and it will be a very special year for her as well.
Callum Simpson then, I mean, you talked about Sam Hickey selling his allocation. I think Callum Simpson might sell above and beyond his allocation.
You could almost put him anywhere. It's ridiculous. We were going to go to Barnsley, but obviously they don't have the arenas that necessarily can hold the capacity that we need. This was the only venue that we could get in and around this time in the Yorkshire area. Sold out in 2 weeks, no problem. Of course, after Oakwell, when he sold 7,000 tickets in 24 hours, which was capacity for that night, gone. The guy's a phenomenon. He's a freak. It feels like I've been to Barnsley now a couple of times to see him, and it's like I'm talking David Beckham. It's ridiculous. There's such a close-knit community, and it's so special to see, to be honest, how much him and the fans, and how much he loves where he's from, and how down to earth he is, and everyone knows his family, and he's a special kid, and that's why everyone's behind him. And not only that, with someone like that, as a promoter, you sometimes want to protect them. They do that many tickets. This is unusual. He wants to prove he's world level. He said up there, this wasn't a fight that was offered to him. We were looking at something, if I'm honest, slightly more within the comfort zone, especially with Oakwell potentially on the horizon with the four stands. And he demanded a test, and he demanded Steve Woodall, and it's a really tough test, and it's a really great fight. And look, I have to say, he's been through a lot the past few months, and it's been hard to see at times because it's been that horrific. And the way that he carries himself, manages himself, and is a man not just for himself but for his family, and the fact that he's still getting in the ring in a time where this sport you can't be 95%, and the fact that he didn't want to have time off, and we encourage it, the fact that he wants to go and prove it, and this Saturday will be for his sister. It's been quite humbling to watch someone deal with that in such a way that he has. And makes you sometimes, everyone look at themselves and think, what do I have to care about? What am I worrying about? Why can't I turn up at work and be 100% every day and be that person? And God knows how he does it. I think I'm in awe of him genuinely. And he's got a lot of pressure on him on Saturday night, and I'm sure Saturday night will be for her.
You mentioned Oakwell. I was there at Oakwell the last time out, and It was a stadium fight, but you only had that sort of one stand, and quite rightly you had the ring and all that. But what are you hoping for this? And obviously, maybe not the full stadium, but full stadium. Okay, there we go.
Listen, I promise you, it's out of this world. What the fan base he has. We could only open one stand because it was unusual. You never get a stadium show in August. The season was starting the next week. And we couldn't believe we managed to convince them. They literally had a game a week later, so we had to think of ways how do we get this over the line. And then we came, one of Baz, who's a partner with me and he does all the event side, came up with this ridiculous solution. Don't worry, we're not going to touch the pitch. And we drew all the diagrams and we managed to get in and use the stand. That was all we could get that day. In May, it's going to be the whole stand, it's going to be the whole pitch. But it's so hard, and I've been burnt too many times planning shows that don't exist. Saturday night is a huge night for Callum Simpson, and then we can dream about what can be.
I know we can dream, and you know what? I like this card because there's only 7 fights, but when you look at the 7 fights, they're tasty fights, and it's fights that I wouldn't say they're all 50-50s, but they're tests. It's not like you're looking at a fight like, whatever, he's going to win. It's very, very, and I think that's what I like about boxing and shows, when you do get them meaningful fights, and I think that's what you've achieved in this card.
Look, I think you need the fighters that are willing to take the test, take the risk. Scott Forrest, not been out for a while, takes a risk. Sam Hickey, second fight, takes a risk. Billy Denise against Mickey Ellison takes a risk. A lot of people fancy Mickey for that, and Billy's going to have to show what he's all about with Joe Gallagher, Caroline Dubois, Jessica Camera. Jessica Camera, number 1 in the BA, number 1 in the BO. Been there, done that, world level. Best fighter on Caroline's resume. She's going to have to prove it. And Steve Woodall, as I said, worked his whole career for this moment and is ready for this moment. And their team, Soggy, Peggy, I know they've been winding me up all week. They're really ready for Saturday night. And it's credit to the fighters for wanting to take the test.
I'm going to do a hard segue left here. There's been a post from Queensberry, I think you've seen it or read it, about the counter offer from this Liam Cameron.
It was very long, so I'm not sure if I read it all, but go on.
I can read some of it to you if you want. Right, okay. Well, what I think the just paraphrasing here is they sent you a counter offer for Liam Cameron against Ben Whittaker. They said they believed there was more money in it. They were going to give you options on Liam if Liam won. I believe that's what they said in that offer as well, and they don't understand. Maybe you should review the offer. They said they believe the fighters deserved more money, I think. I'm paraphrasing. I don't have it on this.
How do they know what our fighters earning? I don't understand that.
The first offer you gave them, they think
that's for their fighter.
Is that for their fight? Well, I don't know. Again, I'm paraphrasing. I've read it once.
How do they know what that doesn't even make sense. I just think they're playing games. I'm not really sure. I was asked to make an offer. I was actually asked to make an offer because we told them Ben's going to be back in April headlining in the Midlands. And then we made an offer. We were told, no, that's not enough. This is the number we'd like. Right. We thought it was slightly too much, but we went away, managed to get it together, sent the offer for that number. And then we got an offer the other way, even though so we thought, well, they're playing games. Do you know what I mean? Look, ultimately, we feel we've given them what they wanted. Hopefully the fight happens. And that's it.
You want the fight on, obviously, clearly box on Sky Sports. Is that why? If it's not Liam Cameron for his next fight, if that can't go over, you're just going to go a separate route for Ben?
The chronology of it is that, I mean, again, I don't even want to get into back and forth. I can't believe there's a statement about this thing.
Again, I'm paraphrasing. I've probably got it wrong somewhere.
I think we said he's going to fight in April. They asked us, for that to be, to make an offer for Liam for that fight. Not they, by the way, his manager. And then suddenly, and he said, don't worry, I'll sort it with his promoter or his new promoter or whatever. And then suddenly we're getting an offer back, which we didn't accept, and then we're getting a statement like that. We thought we'd already done everything that they wanted us to do. Ultimately, of course, hope the fight happens, but, it's in their court.
You can understand that we want to see it as fans, because I'm saying I am a fan. Because of the controversy of the first fight, it was heating up nicely. We didn't probably get to see the climax or the finish that we thought we were going to see in that fight because of the way it ended. So for you as a promoter, you want to make the biggest fights. And for these two fighters, Ben and Liam, that is the biggest fight right now for them.
100% it is. But I felt that we'd done everything. I'll have a look at it after. But I'm slightly confused at the situation in the sense like we did what we were asked to do, and we were clear from the start, and we felt like the ball's in their court to accept the offer that they asked us for.
Again, I'm paraphrasing on this. I've not got the quote in front of me. I've read it once, like yourself, and I am paraphrasing. So if I said anything wrong, don't shoot me in the comments. But yeah, I want to talk about another. No, not so much a Scottish fighter, but he is Scottish. Big Martin Bakole. I've done an interview with. He is Scottish. 100% he's Scottish. And I said that to Ed there.
He had a blood test the other day, and he was 25% Scottish.
35. We'll take 35. We'll take 35. Listen, he's a big gentle giant. He's a big gentle Scot. Now, I've done an interview with him on Tuesday there, on Monday. I think it was Monday actually, and he's got this attitude about him. Attitude may be the wrong word, but he seems to be fired up. He seems to almost believe that he's this close. Yeah, one fight away from getting his dream, and he's starting to call out. He actually said F you to Anthony Joshua, and he's saying F you a Jagbo 1 round, and all this sort of stuff. So you're starting to get this little personality from Martin Bakole. For you as a promoter, you love to see it, and when you've got a big heavyweight like him, probably the most dangerous heavyweight right now.
Yeah, no, he's always had a personality, but it's good to see him coming out. But I think when you've worked so hard your whole career and you've had to do it the hard way, and it's not been easy. I know he's had a tough time at times, but when now we're that close, and the work that's been gone into to get him a final eliminator shot in the IBF, and then militant with how they order fights, he can smell it. He can smell it. He's one fight away, and it's it's everyone's worst nightmare. Martin Bakole,
including Usyk.
Ask Alice Crasiat what he thinks of Martin Bakole, and he'll tell you. He'll probably say, other than Usyk, he's the best heavyweight in the world. I believe he'll say that if you ask him. Of course, he's not going to say Martin will beat Usyk. For me, he's the only man that probably has a chance and could. I think he can unify the heavyweight world, that division. But let's see. He's one fight away. F.A. Jabba will have a lot to say about that. It's a great fight, and credit to him taking it, because any heavyweight can beat any heavyweight on the day, and it's been frustrating the amount of fighters pulling out and running out and this and that, and I'm happy for him because it's close. He can taste it.
Where and when? You said it was close. Where and when?
We should be able to. It's in conjunction with Riyadh season, and we should be able to announce in the next week or two. But the deal was done, and it will happen very soon. We're already in camp, so I'm talking really soon, and so I'm excited. It's
these young gentlemen here actually let me jump in front of them, so I'll have one last question for you, and it's a selfish question. We established that Martin Bakole is Scottish, right? You've got Sam Hickey and Scott Forrest, right? Now, Carroll, Josh Taylor was probably the last time we had a big show in Scotland. You've never been to Scotland, I don't think you have.
I promoted that show.
Did you promote that? So you did, yes. So, but not your fighters though.
No. I promoted that show.
This is it. I want to don't give me none of this. We're working on it. I want a real hardline answer. When are you coming to Scotland?
Martin Bakole, his first defence in Glasgow. No, in more seriousness, it does look good there. There's a lot of fighters that Billy Nelson has. You've got 3. There's a lot of talent coming over. Really? Yes. Listen, so many Scottish guys are through Sam Cunnick, through Billy Nelson right now. There seems to be something going on. Sam Hickey for me is the pick of the bunch. I think he's going to go all the way. I think he's going to be.
You're welcome, by the way. Because how much did I play a part in that?
In fairness, well, you've always spoke very highly of Sam, and rightfully so. He's a phenomenal talent. But yeah, loads of talent coming through from Scotland, but you need a big headliner, and as you said, Josh Taylor was the last one. Maybe it's a Martin Bakole, Sam Hickey double header. In all seriousness, the reason we signed Sam Hickey is because we have intentions to go to Scotland. We've got to build someone that can really generate numbers, really generate audience, really sell out that beautiful venue up there, and I think it can happen. And obviously Big Martin, and I'm sure would love to fight in Scotland as well. He was actually going to be, funnily enough, on the Taylor Cattrall 2 rematch before Josh Taylor got injured, if you remember. That was meant to happen again. We were meant to promote that, and I got shafted. But it was meant to. Martin was going to be on that. But yeah, would love to do a show with him in Scotland, and hopefully all 3 of Scott and Sam will be on as well.
And me as well, right? My 2 couple of fighters.
You need to show me them. You need to send them in.
I'll show you.
Are you managing them or training?
Oh, Kevin Murray manages one.
You training?
I train them, yeah. I train them. I've got 3 fighters, and Sam Hickey sparred Fred, who my young fighter. His last couple of spars leading up to this. So his last 2 spars was against my young 19-year-old fighter, and yeah.
Taking over your life.
Oh, it's a nightmare, man. You get involved in it thinking I'm going to be rich, but listen, you end up losing money, which I don't mind because.
I was speaking to George Groves the other day, who's just started. It's intense. And you've got to give as much as the fight.
You feel like not a babysitter. That's maybe the wrong word. But you do feel like that father figure. Like, right, let's go. Like, you know what I mean? You're eating right. You're going on your runs. You've got to join them on their runs. So that's what I do, and I enjoy it.
No, I think it's the hardest job in boxing at times, and credit to anyone that does it, wants to do it. But I suppose you've got someone's career in your hands, and there's a certain pressure that comes with that. So fair play. We'll definitely get them on.
We'll talk business one day, Ben. Thank you so much, mate. And listen, I'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow. Thanks, Ben.